Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Hold on one second, guys. I just got on here. Let me mute really quickly. Hold on. Sorry about that. So yes, I am here. Sorry, my dog, of course, because it's always the dog's fault. They decided to actually destroy part of the couch, and then ate the stuffing out of the couch, and then threw up the stuffing all over the floor. So I happened to stumble in that when I was going to get my AirPods off the charger, and there it is. So, oh, I'm glad to see you guys all in here. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Liberty. Hey, Rody Gal. Three of my favorite people here. Um, but yeah, so I mean, crazy, crazy stuff, guys. Crazy, crazy stuff. And nothing that, yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I just had to get to puke off the floor because it was really gross. This is why we can't have nice things. And they've already de-stuffed a recliner, and this is like the really nice sectional. So the fact that this happened is really discouraging. And some in my house believe that it was my big dog Molly, but I disagree because Molly would have made a night of it, and she would still be puking now, because once she starts, she'll just be going, she triggers herself. I was the little one. I know it was. I don't know how he ate that much stuffing, but it was the little one. So yes, this is why we can't have nice things. So guys, yeah, today has been kind of a day for sure. Hey, Renee. And I am glad to see everybody that is going to come in here. Hi, Amanda. Good to see you. And I have a few things to say tonight, and I've thought long and hard about how to do it. And I think it's time. I think it's time for me to I don't know, not feel like I can't say things. Because I think a lot of stuff, has gone on in the past 24 hours, and I think we need to talk about it. Now, the last thing that I want is anybody um to and you know what? Here's the kicker, guys. I'm not even a part of any of this stuff. Like, I'm not friends with like anyone. I talk to a few people outside of YouTube. But like, I'm not even a part of anything, really. I do my own thing. So the fact that I've been roped into this is kind of disturbing to me. And I'm not sure about it. So, like I said, guys, like I mean, I have my hands up. I'm innocent here. I have done nothing that I should have to apologize for. But others disagree. So we're going to address it, and we're going to talk about it. I didn't want to have to talk about this, but I actually, I was going to go live earlier, but I ended up getting pretty angry. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And I don't get angry often, but when I do, and I'm just tired of the stuff that I'm seeing around here. Now, I don't want you guys to think I'm yelling at you, because I'm not. I'm not. It might sound like I am, but I'm not. Because everybody that I'm seeing in my chat, you are all amazing people who I know behave themselves and are just nice and kind people that, I don't see. It's not, yeah, but but the thing is though, like, I've received, was it 3 emails now? It was 2 earlier. Hey, Violet. And now it is 3 of people who really, really, and I'm just gonna be straight up and honest, guys. Okay, like, I'm gonna tell it how I see it, and I don't. I'm usually not like, I usually hate doing it because a lot of the time I don't. I'm not. Oh yeah, Amanda. Oh yeah. No creator has involved me, Amanda. This isn't that. This is some people that apparently I offended, and I shouldn't have to explain myself and why I do what I do or where I am or whatever. And I don't think anybody should have to, but here we are. So, I'm going to do that. And if this upsets people, I'm really sorry about that. I don't, that's not my intention. I actually think I'm a really good person. I'm a really nice person. I try to be kind and patient and, open-minded about everything. I have not been mean. The only person that I have, like, in any degree, maybe dragged. That's like one word at the plural. Like, it always gets me every time. Is Natasha, and we're going to talk about Natasha too. We're going to talk about that because I have some things to say there as well that might not be very popular, but I'm going to be very clear. I'm not changing my stance. Like, how I feel about her is not right. Yeah, Amanda, I'm glad that you see that because I like to think that I'm respectful, but I'll say what happened. So last night, you know, I have been thinking long and hard about. I got some emails from people who are upset because of things that I said in somebody else's chat. Um, and it wasn't anything that I said that was mean. It was just that I was there and voiced an opinion. And that is how I saw it. And I'm really sorry that they feel like they can't support me anymore because of that. Like that sucks. Because actually, one of these people was somebody who I really liked, and was really, really a fun part of the chat. Yeah. So I don't I'm not gonna like that's the thing though, guys. Like if I see something one way, who I mean, I really was thinking because like with my who I am, I like to be I really, really try to be fair. I do. The reason that, I talk about Natasha is because it struck a chord with me what was going on in her chat and what was going on. And it struck a chord with me. Hey, anxious for peace. And I wanted to talk about it. But at the same time, and at the time, I wasn't really familiar with any other creators. I didn't know anybody else. I really didn't have much experience with anybody else. And hi, Tick Turtle Gum. I had no experience with anybody else, and I don't, I hadn't seen anything else. So as it's gone on, and I as it's gone on, I started to see behaviors that I didn't like that were very inappropriate elsewhere. So but I continue just talking about Natasha because I didn't. First of all, I have ADD, so if I start trying to talk about it, it would be confusing. Nobody would know what I was talking about. But also, like, I considered, a lot of people here, as much of friends as I can, address, put on somebody on the internet. And I like, I like certain people very, very much, even though they might not feel that way. And when I came over here, you guys know what I'm trying to say. Like, I got to know some other people and they were all really nice to me and good. And, I don't believe that they're bad people. Like nobody's saying that, but I started to see behaviors elsewhere, in the chats, with creators. And I'm not talking about just one person. I will call out everybody if I have to. Nobody is exempt from this because I see it everywhere. And I've spoken to a few creators privately about it, and they know that I might address that today. But others I have not. But that's the thing, guys. Like, the fact that I was in, and yeah, I'm gonna come out and say it. I was in Dorothy's chat last night because I was listening. Dorothy has always been very good to me, and I don't always agree with what she says. I certainly didn't agree with everything she said yesterday. I don't agree with how she says things a lot of the time, but guys, those are my friends in the chat, just like anybody else's friends, right? I see a lot of familiar faces, and take away all of it. But and Dorothy had a point, and I don't agree with. You know what I mean? Like just because somebody's in a chat and agrees with a point, the fact that that is taken as a direct attack on somebody who like it's not even, it wasn't even you know what I mean, guys? Like, I understand that people want to protect people and stuff, but I'm one of the nicest people on this planet, or else you get me really pissed off. But I don't come on here if I'm really pissed off because I say things I don't mean, and I don't want to do that. And I was kind of blown away that because I said that I agreed with something, or I was talking to people, like, I don't judge people for going into any other chats. I don't. It's just, we're allowed to go where we want. We're allowed to talk where we want. We don't even have to like the same creators. In fact, I know we don't all like the same creators. But that the difference is that I don't see anybody here being mean to people or dragging people in any sense of that word. And, but I am going to call it how I see it. And then I also got one because one of the emails stated that I was siding with Natasha, and that I was talking to Natasha's supporters, and that we're all friends again, which we're going to address that too, because that's interesting. Hey DeLorean. So here's the thing, guys. A lot of us came from Natasha's community, right? So a lot of people I know from there, and I was friendly with many people over there, many of which have come here now, and I think that's great. Many of them, however, are also still over there because they still support her, and that is their right to do. But it doesn't mean I've stopped talking to them. They don't always like what I have to say, but you know what I mean, guys? Like, but they're also not dragging anybody else, not that I've seen. And they just happen to be in. There's no shade of gray. It's only black and white right now, and it's out of control. And I have a lot of things to say about it, and I really hope that people can be respectful. I give that courtesy back to everybody. I am nice to everybody. I don't even if you've done something really awful, because don't think I don't know certain things, because people tell me things even if I don't ask them to. And but even then I'm not gonna come out here and do anything like that, because it's not in my nature. It's not. What's in my nature is to be honest and to be myself, and I don't cave to what other people want. So I'm sorry if this isn't what you want. If you're gonna think, I'm not scolding anybody in particular here, but if I'm a bad person and you can't support me because I have an opinion and a voice like everybody else, then I'm really sorry. I mean, maybe this is not the right channel for you. It just sucks because, like I said, one of these people was somebody I really, really liked. But if that's how they feel, it's how they feel. I'm not gonna drag them publicly. But that's the thing, guys. Just because we have, and this is going to be really unpopular too, but I'm going to say it, guys. And it doesn't mean that I'm like a supporter or I'm flipping. I'm certainly not, guys. Like, I don't care for Natasha. I stand by everything that I have ever said, with the exception of the things that were mean, like body shaming, in which case I took that down because that's not okay. But what's also not okay is to really just go at one person when there's other stuff going on. That's not okay with me personally. Maybe it's okay with you, and that's okay. You can have that be okay with you. But as a channel, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know what? Like, I'll call Natasha out for the things that I see with her, but I see other things too. And she, I don't know, guys. I don't know. It feels hypocritical to me. And so for me personally, I've been kind of have a like a goal to kind of just not make peace with anybody, but just to recognize that there is hypocrisy, including with myself. I have been hypocritical, and I don't want to do that anymore. But you know what the thing is it's really not going to change what I'm doing. It's just going to make it so I think a little, because guys, a lot of us have a lot of things in common. Like, there are people that, watch Natasha and don't hate Natasha, but they also hang out in my chat or have watched me because we talk privately. Like, there's people that really don't have an opinion on it, and that's okay. Like, I welcome everybody. I do. What I don't like is I don't like bullying, and I don't like, this mob mentality. I don't like it. And I'm seeing it more and more and more, and I'm seeing it all over the place now. And it's starting to really bother me, because, at this point, like I said, I am the bad guy because I was speaking to people who support Natasha. I've also am the bad guy because I was in Dorothy's chat. And I understand that you might not agree with how she did things last night. That's fine. That's fair. You're allowed to feel that way. But just like you're allowed to be in whatever chat you're allowed to be in, so am I. And I didn't say anything that was bashing anybody. And if you have screenshots of it, I mean, please, because it's not there. You don't have anything. Because I don't bash people. I don't do it. You've seen other chats. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like, but see, that's like a personal thing. These are people that don't have a personal problem with me. These are people that have had, in two of those cases, no interaction with me. I don't even know who they are. One of them was somebody I really liked. Yeah, there is a mob mentality, and it is, guys. And I'm not here to like bash anybody. I'm not here to say you're the bad guy. That person's the bad. I'm not here to point fingers. I'm here to just talk about what I see and my truth. And, I'm not going to apologize for having an opinion and a voice and being a creator on here, because, when you look around, that's what every creator over here is doing. They state how they feel, and, a lot of them don't get crucified for it. But for whatever reason, it made me upset, guys, because all of you who are here, you guys, people are scared to speak up. And that is a huge red flag, Lindsay. Yes. And, you're not going to see me like get like heated or even like, like this very often. I just, when I got those emails, it was two. And then I just checked couple hours ago and I had gotten another. The fact that that happened was, I was dumbfounded. I was dumbfounded. I didn't realize that that was enough to make somebody that upset. That especially people that I've never had an interaction with in my entire life. Or else they're under an alt. But even so, I really encourage anybody to find a time that I was mean to somebody on the internet that wasn't on Natasha Cooper's channel. And I have been open and honest and publicly apologized to those people. And even then, what I consider mean is not mean by what's going on current YouTube standards. I think a lot of people wouldn't even think I was mean at all. Right. And I might sound heated, guys. I'm calm. I'm good. Right. And I'm just pointing out facts and stating it. Like, if you're up on a platform, why am I not allowed to say that, something you're doing is problematic? It doesn't mean I don't like you. It doesn't mean I don't support you. It doesn't mean I'm out to get you. In fact, I like people very much. It's just things have really escalated. Really escalated. And anybody who's is going to say otherwise, I don't know, like, what our realities are. Our perceptions of reality must be very different in that case, because it's loud and clear for me. It's loud and clear for me. But see, I'm just here because I want to get this out of the way. I want to talk. I'm just because I don't involve myself in this for a reason. For a reason, because first of all, I don't do that kind of stuff. I would never go real life on anybody ever. And if I ever did anything like that, geez, I would deserve anything that I got for that. And I think that people that go real life, if it can be proven, and I hope it, if somebody really did that, I hope it does get proven, because that person deserves to be exposed. But I think that I don't just believe that about one person. I don't think people should be going real life on Natasha, and people have, guys. They have gone real life on Natasha, and she has also been in some situations that she shouldn't be in. Well, I'm not calling it a war. I don't think it's a war. I'm not here to fight with anybody. I'm not here recruiting troops. I'm just going to talk. I think liars and scammers should be called out too. I'm not saying anything like that, Holly. That's not what I'm saying. I'm going to continue to do exactly what I'm doing. And I just wanted to make a few points, just because, thank you, Nicole. I just wanted to make a few points because I think it's important. And I need to say these things, because apparently I really, really, really offended a few people somehow. And if you really felt that I was hurtful, I'm not discrediting it. I don't see it. And you know what? I'm not going to apologize for it because I didn't do anything. I'm not, I care too much. I'm too nice. I know I am, because I'm a caring person, and I am the last person that's bullying or dragging. And the only person that could even come in here and say that, it would be Natasha. And I do believe that, I don't buy into the whole thing. Like, I'm not here to make peace with her, but not because I want chaos. It's not because I want, arguments and things to be turbulent. It's because I truly don't believe in some of the things that she's done that I have seen with my own eyes. I think, all these people can't be saying similar things for no reason. However, guys, we have to look at, let's take names out of it, right? Let's take names out of things. Let's take, any personal feelings we may have or loyalties or whatever. Let's take all of that out of this, right? So if we're just looking at behaviors without any faces or names attached to them, you're going to see that even if she does, you think she deserves it, guys, even if you think that she deserves it, there are some things that, in my opinion, nobody deserves. But, if you behave a certain way, you can't really be surprised if it happens. So, I'll state that real quick. I don't know how Natasha thinks she can treat people the way she does and then not get, retaliation. But at the same time, there have been people that have taken it too far with her, and they need to stop. I don't know of anything quite recently, but I know she has in the past, and I don't think that's right. And as a behavior, not, who cares if it's her? There are some lines that just shouldn't be crossed, period. And apparently I'm siding with her for feeling that way. Apparently I'm siding with her because I don't want to body shame her because I don't want to have anything to do with that. Because just want to, if I'm going to come at somebody, I want to come at somebody like an adult. I want to come at somebody because in a way that's mature, in a way that's, that people can take me seriously. I just, I'm not gonna come at somebody because they're overweight or sit in a recliner. Like, come on, guys, come on. It's silly. We don't have to go at her for that. She does plenty of other things. So for me to get told that like I'm siding with her because I say that I don't want to fat shame her is ridiculous. Like, do you hear yourself? I'm sorry. I'm not criticizing you guys in here. I'm very frustrated. It has been a long day. And like I said, when I got those emails, I was like, oh my God, what is going on? Like, I'm siding with Natasha, excuse me. And she does Almost Famous. She does. But it doesn't mean that I want to go at her in a particular way. Now, if other people choose to go at her like that, that's your right. Like you can do that. I can't stop you. And I think that how people run their channel ultimately is up to them. But if you behave a certain way, then you're opening yourself up to, you know what I mean, guys? Like it's not, you have to be willing to get that back. You got to be willing for that. And if you're okay with that, then fine. But for me, and it's not even about me wanting to, not get anything back. I don't care about that. Like I said, nothing anybody's going to say here, is going to change the fact that I know who I am and I know what I'm not. And yeah, I agree, Rodigal. I do. But the fact I'm just saying here, like, I'm not here to like defend Natasha, but I'm here because I received an email saying that because I was in Dorothy's chat and I was speaking to a friend that, I was speaking to other people too, but there was one person that's a friend of mine from when I was at Natasha's that I'm friendly with and I'm still friendly with because like, I'm not going to change my friendships. This person doesn't bother anybody, by the way, at all. This person just happens to be part of that community. And, we were just having a friendly banter. And I was talking to some other people that might have been a little controversial, but you know what, whatever, that's my right. But because of that, I'm apparently siding with Natasha. And because of that, I have flipped and I'm not standing for what I believe in, which is really ridiculous because I do just that. I stand for, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm standing for what I believe in because, that's a point. Like there was a video that I made. There was a video I made that like, was really rude and mean. And I took it down. Yes, I did. Because I want to go at people like, for things that aren't that anyway. Yeah, Lindsay, I mean, I think you should, because I feel like everybody needs to get this stuff off their chest. I think a lot of people have been thinking things for a very long time and nobody said anything, because, for whatever reason. And, I think it's time to, let me tell you, I can't, a couple of people had to hear me vent today and had to hear me go off because I don't think some of them have seen that side of me, because I was just so taken aback by that I'm attacking somebody by that. Like, excuse me? But yeah, so guys, like, everybody that's, I like a lot of you very, very, very much. And there was one of these people who is somebody I really liked having in here. But if they don't feel comfortable being here anymore because I, have an opinion, then, that's okay. That's their right. The other two, I have no idea who they even were. I've never, at least they used their screen names, I guess. Two of them did anyway. But just yeah, I had to come on here and talk. And this is tame comparatively to what I was going to come on here and do when push comes to shove, guys, I am probably the nicest person. But at the same time, I'm not gonna stand by and be told that I'm doing something that's absolutely ridiculous. I don't want to be criticized for being a nice person who doesn't want to body shame a woman, who doesn't want to, who wants to remember that, and Natasha is a human being. Like, I don't think she, I think that she has done a lot that would, I guess kind of invite what she gets. You get what you give, sure. But, she's a mother. She had, she's an aunt. And I don't appreciate that me even saying that or acknowledging that means that I'm siding with her and all of that. It doesn't mean I'm siding with her. Like Natasha Cooper, I don't care for her. The only person that's going to change my opinion on Natasha Cooper is Natasha Cooper. But I'm also not going to come at her in a way that's inappropriate. I mean, I think I was watching a little bit of her live today because I was kind of just looking through different things today, just seeing what was going on, trying to catch up. And she said that none of us could battle her with wits. And you know what? I disagree. I can. I'm very, I'm gonna be cocky about it. I'm quite smart. Sometimes I can't utilize it very well, but because I'm like that, I'm not gonna go low blow. I would rather have like a battle of the wits, if that makes sense. Yeah, it doesn't make anyone feel better. Like, what is it doing? How is that bringing awareness? All that's doing is making us look stupid. It's like, if you're trying to be awareness and show people that, what's going on there, isn't right. Like, they come over here and they see like what they see lately, and they're laughing. Like, and all the point of why we're here is to kind of create a community for people. And you know what, Holly, you're right. I agree with you on that. I still agree with all of those things. I do think that, she has scammed people, although she very adamantly denies that. But, I'm not going to change my opinion on those things. I'm just not going to go low blow. And I'm also not going to speak to things that I don't know. And if I do, I'm going to say, I'm speculating. Like, I'm not going to just go and run with things as fact if I don't know. And I'm going to be very clear about that. And I think I have been very clear about that. And that's just for me personally. Now, if other people don't want to do it that way, they don't have to do it that way. That's their choice. But you need to be ready for whatever comes back at you. If you behave a certain way, there's no way around it, guys. You can't behave a certain way and not expect people to criticize. It's not going to happen. It's what you open yourself up for. And I think that a lot of times people forget that. I just think, we're figuring out what came first, the chicken or the egg. Like, we're not going to figure it out. Both sides think that. And, at this point, guys, I always want to say that there aren't any sides. But at this point, I'm going to say it. I'm going to be the first one to say it. I feel like there are sides. I do. I feel like those have very clearly developed. And I don't even think it's just two sides. I think it's divided even more so than that. Right. They will attack you for whatever they can. Exactly. But you have to be able to deal with that and expect it. And it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it okay, but you're on a public platform. And, I just got really upset about that. Like, I understand that I open myself up for criticism, right? So on my own channel, fine. But I haven't done anything on my own channel. All I've done is be in a chat and agree with some points that were being made. Just because people are in my chat doesn't mean they agree with everything that I say or anybody else. Now, if somebody's bashing somebody in somebody else's chat, sure. Or they've bashed you elsewhere, sure. You can have a problem with that. Nobody's asking you to just, allow people to like kind of hate on you. No, don't take that lying down. But, no, but I've never done that to anybody. I've never done that. And I just agree with the fact that if you take the names and faces and, any loyalty you have out of it, you take all of that out of it. What do you see? Like, I don't understand how anyone could see anything other than what I do. And there are problematic behaviors everywhere, including things that I'm doing that I would like to change. And if people think that they can't support me because I'm nice, then, I don't know, man. That's something. Right. Well, Liberty, I agree with you. 100%. 100%. And that's the thing. Like, everybody is just, hi, Melissa Jade. Everybody is just back and forth and like, tit for tat. And, at what point, and that's okay. That's how the drama community works. I want to be clear. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't, because like I said, if you behave a certain way, then I don't know how anybody can expect not to get some backlash, not to get any criticism. It's just, that's not, going to happen. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. But I don't have to do it the way that I've been seeing. I don't have to do it that way. And if you don't like that, then I guess this isn't the channel for you. But I like to think that how I do things it's what's right for me. And if you feel it and you want to be here, cool. If you don't, then I guess that's, makes me, I don't know, guys. Like, it just blew my mind. I was like, are you serious right now? Um, because people don't know my history with everybody. Like I said, this person is just somebody who is in her chat and is active in her chat, and I'm friendly with them from when I was in Natasha's community, and we were just talking. This person, as far as I know, that I've seen, has never like dragged somebody or has been bullied. I mean, maybe I just don't see it. I don't know. I who knows? But apparently that was unacceptable of me, and I'm now fraternizing with the enemy. Um, and I'm not standing for what I believe in. And I needed to come on here and make it very clear that that's just ridiculous. Come on. But I also don't want to be silenced and be told that I can't comment on things that I see. Or if I do, like, I'm going to use an example, right? Okay, I always use Rody Gal as my example. Let's say Rody Gal is a creator, right? And Rody Gal has done some, she's been, I like her very much. And, I've seen as time has progressed some behaviors that, I think are hypocritical, right? So I think it's hypocritical. If I see that, why can't I say something about it? It doesn't mean I don't like her. It doesn't mean that, I'm out to get her. It doesn't mean I'm going to drag her or be rude or bully her. It just means I'm going to comment on some behaviors. That's why I'm here. But I guess, I guess I should, I should take my own advice, and, I guess I'm opening myself up to criticism, and I'm okay with criticism. I was kind of confused by, the fact that I'm bad because I'm nice. That was a little weird to me. I didn't understand that. If you don't agree, if you don't agree with like a point I make, or, you really feel, or if I'm rude or mean to somebody, like, I understand why Natasha supporters don't like me. That is valid. I understand that. But I've never been mean or rude or bullied anybody else on this platform. And I don't think I've like done those things to any sort of extreme that I'm going to apologize for. I've apologized for what I need to. There are a couple other videos that I'm considering potentially taking down because they don't show my best self. I wish, I let it get the best of me, I guess. I endorse a perception. And, yeah, a lot went on. I think, a lot went on in the past. I don't know, like what, not 12 hours, 24 hours, guys, probably. And it's nuts. And I'm not dragging, I don't ever drag anybody, but I'm talking about like people in the chats, like subs that, are really like, it's crazy. Oh, there's a live being done about you tonight. Oh, yeah. Lindsay, you're one of the people, though. I don't know you very well. I don't know you very well. I just know that you've been, a part of the community and around. So I don't really know. I think you're from the anti-MM community. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But I'm actually, I know what that is, but I'm not at all familiar with like who's who in that. I just know who you are. And because I don't have much interaction. I don't know who a lot of people are, guys. And that's why I've been kind of going around chat to chat to kind of like, don't tell anybody else. Yeah. That's my impression. I've always got the impression that Lindsay was nice. Like I've never seen, I just haven't. But I don't see everything because I'm actually not online all the time. That's the thing. And while people do tell me things that go on, I'm not going to take a screenshot that somebody sends me and take it as fact and run with that. I'm going to go and see what they've sent me, and then I'm going to go to that video, and I'm going to make sure I'm not taking it out of context, because that's what I need to do. Because people do stuff like that. People do. They'll take something and just run with it, or they won't, stick around to see how it was handled, and then it blows up into something out of proportion, and everybody looks stupid. So I don't want to do that. I really don't. And sometimes I just choose not to address it at all because it's about me, which is so bizarre, guys. But I understand some of it. Like I said, I understand if people that support Natasha have said, not so nice things about me. That I expect that. I know that. And that's okay. I know that I'm not everybody's favorite person over there, but I'm also not the enemy. I want to make that very clear. When it comes to like who is, really being inappropriate on here, not me. It's not me. And I'm also have a good night, Holly. I also feel like I'm like, I'm open minded too. And I will like apologize if I feel that I'm wrong, but I'm not going to apologize for things that I think that, I didn't do anything wrong. And last night, I don't think I did anything wrong. So, I'm just going to leave that there. I'm sorry that you felt that way. I'm sorry that you took it that way, but it wasn't. I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm allowed to go where I want. I'm allowed to comment where I want. I'm allowed to point out facts that I have seen with my own. I'm not playing that game, guys. I'm not like just because somebody's in my chat doesn't mean that I believe I support. I don't even know some people, or I don't know their history or whatever. And then on this at that same thing, like I don't. It's just everything is out of control, guys. It's out of control, and I'm tired of it. And I think a lot of subs are tired of it, and we're exhausted. Like this is just things didn't used to be this way. They didn't. They didn't. I think that Natasha has had behaviors like this for a very long time, but that's a whole other topic. Whole other topic. Well, you're right. I don't condone the actions of all my chatters. Some of them I don't even know. Some of them I don't even know. Right. Tell me one time I lied. Nope. Blocked. Yep. That's true. And that's the thing, guys. Like, and then if you're in my chat, right, and somebody sees you here and they don't like what I say, it's getting held against you. It's awful. Hey, Kathy Joe. I don't understand it. Sometimes people just want to like hang out with their friends and talk. Like, guys, I know, like, oh, the horror, but there are people that are still Natasha supporters that, still talk to me. They don't like everything that I have to say, and they tell me so. But we still talk, they're not like subscribed to me, or I don't think anyway, but you're blocked. I thought you said I blocked you. I'm like, no, I would never block you. I don't really want to block anybody, but because everybody who's here is generally very, very respectful, which is why when I see it elsewhere, I'm like, you guys can try and fool me. You guys can try and set that bar low, but I know better. And I know that there are good people in this community. I know there are. And it is, yeah, doors of perception. I agree. Injustice does bother me. I don't like hypocrisy either. So if I feel that I've been hypocritical, I'm going to say it. And I don't think it should be held against me for having a heart or for, caring a little bit. It doesn't mean I'm going to, you know what I mean, guys? Right. It means that you automatically agree with everything that person says. Everything. And you can't be seen doing that. I got 3 emails today telling me so. And one of them, was somebody I thought was a supporter of mine, someone I really liked. But I guess not. And then the other 2, I have no idea who they are. But apparently they felt so strongly they needed to unsubscribe and can't support me because I am siding with Natasha. Apparently, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I welcome people. Like, if there's people that support Natasha who want to come here, I welcome that too. And that's what I said yesterday. I urge, like, Natasha, she changed what she said today. But yesterday she was saying, if you're over there, you stay there. And I was urging her to kind of reconsider that, which she did apparently. And because, there are people that kind of just want to be different places. I don't always talk about Natasha. So, and I know for a fact that there are people that, I don't know, like her and tolerate me, or sometimes want to watch me. And I don't want them to not be able to go to the community that they prefer because they're seen in my chat or, agree with something that I say, because it doesn't mean that they support me. It just means they agree with the point I make. So I'm glad that she changed that. I'm glad that she changed. I know that she was really angry yesterday. So I'm wondering if maybe she said that out of, right. Well, right. So, I mean, I see that too, but that's what I'm saying. I like to think that if somebody is seen in my chat that, feels more comfortable with Natasha, I hope that she would still welcome them. Because it doesn't mean that somebody agrees with everything that I say. No, it just doesn't. And people are saying, like, it's all the time, and you can't go anywhere without fear that you're getting like you're in a screenshot, and people are sending people screenshots and they're like, look who's in that chat. And it's like, I can't, guys. Like, what? Why are people doing that? Why do you care? Like, oh my God. I understand that we're cooped up, guys. I understand that a lot of us aren't leaving the house very much. I understand that, but it's out of hand. I hate it when I got a screenshot today. Like, what? Why? I don't even blame the creator, because people do send me screenshots. They do. But I don't want, like, I do get screenshots, but the thing is that why are people taking them in the first place? Like, what are you helping? What are you helping by doing that? If somebody's saying something bad about me, I first of all, I don't care. And second of all, like, I don't really want to know, because it's not anything that's going to bother me or get me off of here. Yeah, I agree, Liberty Farmer. Yeah. And I don't, I know that people do it all the time. Why do people care so much where other people on YouTube are like, what? And I want to say, like, I appreciate that people think that they're helping me. I do. And it's not like a lot gets said about me. I want to be very clear. I don't get involved in stuff. A lot of it's mostly things that they've seen are in chats that are like, more towards Natasha, which I expect. Of course they don't like me. Of course they don't. Like, I would never expect them to, be my biggest fans when I talk about somebody that they support. Like, come on. But, because I have talked about it in some ways that are unacceptable, but I have not talked about any other creator on this platform in a way that I am ashamed of, in a way that I am going to apologize for. I don't even talk about anybody at all for the most part. Right. Like, just, I know that sometimes people are trying to help. They think that they're helping, or they think that they're, I don't know what they think they're doing, but, and I don't want to, like, shame people for it. I don't know, but I just don't understand why. And I tell them so. Why are you doing that? Like, why do you care? Like, I don't care. Like, so what? Somebody doesn't like me. So what? Somebody thinks I'm jealous or, ignorant or whatever. I know I'm neither of those things. So who cares? And Kelly, hi, Kellyanne. So people happen to come in on here when I'm actually a little bit heated. Just because I just think what's going on is absolutely ridiculous. And it doesn't need to be like this. Right. Well, I don't know about that, being a mod. I don't know. Well, I kind of think I might know what you're saying with that. And that's everybody's, thing. Like, as of right now, I haven't given my other wrench. I do have somebody else who I will be doing that. But and I will introduce them when I do. It's like, I'll give out my final rose. But I'm not a big channel, so I don't need a whole lot of wrenches as of yet. So... there's that. I don't need to give out hundreds of wrenches. But that's the thing. I just think that sometimes people think that they have to just listen to one narrative and one person, and they have to defend. I don't like it. I don't like that at all. The white knighting, guys, come on. Like, especially when nobody's like dragging anybody. Like, why? If you don't like what you're watching, don't watch it. You can click out of it. It's really easy. Like, I can show you how to do it. Like, I can share my screen. We can practice together. Like, it's real easy. Like, you don't have to watch it. And, that's the beauty of it. Like, that's what I said to one person who came in here. Like, Natasha says that she doesn't come in and watch other channels. Now, let's for this instance, take her at her word for that. So if you guys are, taking screenshots or screen grabs and sending them to her, that's on you. If she's not going to see this any other way, then that's on you for showing it to her. Like, common sense. I'm sorry. I'm like ranting a little bit today. You will not see me like this often. Yeah, being on a watch list. Well, you probably are, Amanda. You probably are. And that's the problem, guys. That's the problem. Like, we're adults on YouTube. It's not that serious. This isn't our real life. Now, when people cross that line genuinely, like, that's a problem. That's a big problem. But at the same time, like, most of the time, people aren't doing stuff like that, as far as I know. I don't know of any like any of that. Like, I'm not involved in this. Is healthy ranting. I appreciate that. Um, like I said, I like to think that when I do it in a way that's I don't know, a little bit I'm not always like this. I do have a temper. I do, and I get set off, like, not about little things, but when I've had enough of something. But I kind of don't want to bring that here because you know what I mean? My family, like, I there are people I know who watch me on here, and I'm not going to embarrass myself. I'm just not going to do that. And I'm also, not that kind of person. Like, I don't really want people to see people, you know what I mean? Like, no, 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 no. Like, I can think something, but that doesn't mean I have to say it. And I don't half the time, but I think I'm pretty open with how I feel about things. I don't think I'm at all, like, I don't think I'm not standing true to what I feel. I think quite the contrary, actually. I am standing up for what I think. I think that if you are on a public platform, you open yourself up to be commented on. And if I see something that's problematic and I say something, suddenly I'm the big bad wolf and I'm like really horrible and you can't support me and whatever. But I don't understand that and I don't like it. And I don't like it. And I'm not talking about a creator right now. These are subs. Like your people are getting way too wrapped up and way too involved and it's getting out of control. It's getting out of control and I don't know what's going to be able to put a stop to that. And here's the thing, like, I know that people, yeah, oh, Natasha Cooper likes to watch. Yeah, well, I've always believed that, but that's what I'm saying. For that hypothetical situation, we were just going to take her at her word for it. We were just going to do that just for this hypothetical situation. But that's the thing, guys. Like, right. Michelle, that's a good point. She literally has said many, many times, do not go and support me like that. I'm a big girl. I can handle it myself. I'm an adult. I have a platform and I certainly have a voice. So you do not need to go and do that for me. And I don't know. I don't think it's productive. Like, I also don't think, like, if Natasha's not watching me, then if you're sending her screenshots, if she's really bothered by something I'm saying, well, that's on you because she wouldn't have seen it any other way. Like, it makes no sense. And I know that you guys can be like productive, like respectful adults because you are in my chat. I see it. Like, nobody here isn't being appropriate. Well, I think a lot of people do that, Liberty. I do. I don't think it's just Natasha. I think a lot of people like talk a lot of talk, but they don't actually change. I'm talking about in general, guys. I'm talking about in real life. A lot of people can talk the talk, but for me, it's your actions. Actions speak louder than words do. And I mean, like, consistent change. I don't mean just, for a day or, a week. Well, I wasn't on her list of the challenge that she did that, I guess is canceled. But I wasn't on that list. So, if I had been, I might take her up on that. Sure. Who doesn't want $100? I don't want $100 of subs money. That's all. That's my only thing. But if it's you, I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead with that. But oh, I forgot to put my thing up. I want my email to be up here because if it's not, then people can't send me how they feel about me. And I'm all for it. Yeah, I don't think right. Well, there's only one narrative. So if people see that's what I said. I watch both things because that's why I waited to speak on the happenings the other day because I wanted to hear Natasha's side. And I'm glad I did wait and heard Natasha's side of things. Because if I hadn't, I would have just ran with something too. And I that's what I'm trying to avoid. Because, she yeah, okay. I was like, what? Somebody's saying my name in here. That's good. Okay, my email. Yes, if you would like to email me and tell me, and I'm open to criticism, guys. Like, I'm not above that either. We can have a conversation about it. Or, if you don't want me to respond, you can also say don't respond if you just have something you need to say to me. That's fine too. That's why I want a community tab, guys. So hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Because then I do open myself up even more for people to tell me how they feel. And that's what thank you, Abby. I appreciate that because I think I am too. And I try very hard to be because, I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad guy. I don't think anybody necessarily is a bad person. Like, I want to be clear about that. I'm very, very hesitant to say that about anybody. Just for me personally, I don't like saying anybody's a bad person. I think behaviors are bad. And I know people disagree with me on that, but thank you, Abby. That means a lot because when I got that email, I was like, how am I bullying somebody? That is the last thing that I would ever do. Try it. I have a gummy bear. I know some people don't like hearing people eat, so but I have my gummies here. I can't resist having my gummies here and not eat them. Hold on. Sorry. Doors of perception. I'll address that in a minute. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Like in Legion, that's an exception. There are people. I said I use the term sparingly. That's not to say not at all. And we've talked about the doors of perception. We've talked about that. I definitely see narcissism, but there's a study that says that a lot of people that come onto YouTube, they have that trait. They have that, a lot, and it attracts narcissists. And I do believe that. And I don't use that word. I use that word very sparingly too, but I do see it. I do see it with her. I'm going to come out and say that. I definitely do. And I've done some videos on that, and I stand by that. Thank you, Amanda. I'm not going to. And that's the thing. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm allowed to have opinions. I'm allowed to, everyone else is allowed to have a voice and criticize whatever they want. And they do. So why am I not allowed to do it? That's all. That's all I'm going to say. And then that people assume that because like, it means that you don't like them or that, you're out to get them or you're conspiring against them or, you want to take them down. You know what I mean, guys? And it couldn't be further from the truth. It couldn't be further from the truth. Yes, I do distance myself from things that I don't agree with. But, this isn't an airport. I don't have to announce my departure. Now, if I'm going to talk about somebody, publicly in a way that, isn't just commenting on them casually, yes, I will go to them personally. And I have. I do talk to people, if I'm going to say something about them. But if I'm just commenting on something like, past, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm just not. And I just think people are taking things way too serious, way too personal. Like, at least when it comes to like, my part in it, I guess. But this isn't my first social media rodeo, guys. I had a very large Instagram. Well, I mean, comparatively to other people, it's not a very large Instagram following, but I had almost 129K. So, that's no small, that's an accomplishment. And I let it go to like, it went to my head. It absolutely did. And, you start getting paranoid, and I was very guilty of all of that. And it sucks. It's a really bad place to be mentally. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But here's the thing, like a lot of the time, is there behind the scenes stuff going on? Yes, there are. But what I learned is just continue doing you, speak your truth, like do you. Like, you're not going to make everybody happy, especially when you're commenting on somebody else. You're like, that is just inviting people to say something. Like, I don't understand how that's not like just fact. Right. And I thought I had to think long and hard about whether I wanted to even come on here and open myself up to that. But then I figured, I thought about it. I'm like, I can handle it. I can. I'm confident in who I am. People can call me jealous. I know I'm not jealous. So that, whatever, shoe fits, wear it. If not, throw it away, and sometimes throw it in their face, which, I haven't had to do yet, but I will. So there's that. And then what's the other one that I get? I get jealous most of the time. It's usually jealous. Or yeah, okay. That's you. I think that's probably the common theme is jealous. And I don't know why that's where everybody resorts to. I don't know what I'm jealous of. I don't value the same things as some people. We don't all value the same things. Is it okay if I'm not doing or you mean a panel, Kelly? I'm not doing a panel right now. I have to like plan things in advance. I'm one of those people that like, I'm not particularly spur of the moment with that, especially because I don't know how. But if you have something to if you do have something to say, email me and we can set something up. Just Probably not tonight, if that's okay. I'm not sure if that's what you mean though. If it is, I'm not, that's what I said. I don't mind lending my platform to working stuff out if people need to do that. I'm okay with that too. I'm not against that. I've actually, thought about incorporating that into my oh, you didn't mean panel. Okay. Okay. I was like, I'm open to that. I mean, I think there are some people that would like to use the panel to apologize to people or to, just anything like that. And I was thinking about doing that. Yeah, nobody's taking up my time. I am, like I said, I am probably the most patient person. Oh, I can yeah, I don't care if as long as you can. Yeah, I think you have to be able to fit everything into a certain number of letters, which I always hate. I hate it. I actually, sometimes will super chat somebody just so I can get my point across in one sitting, especially if the chat's moving really fast. But I don't really super chat anybody anymore because I'm not in a position to do so, but I used to. But yeah, like I value what people say as long as people first of all, as long as you know that there's a chance that somebody could screenshot it. And I hate having to say that. It makes me so angry that I have to say that. But unfortunately, there is a chance that somebody will screenshot it. Do I know if like that'll get shared publicly? Usually it's not shared publicly, but there's a chance of that. So just fair warning on that. And yeah, I am chill, guys. The fact that somebody thought I was mean and a bully, I don't know. And it wasn't from Natasha's side, guys. I'm gonna also be open about that. It was not from Natasha's side. And I was just kind of blown away. I was blown away by that. I was like, what Twilight Zone am I possibly living in about that? It was because I was in Dorothy's chat. That's what it was about. Because that apparently makes it that I agree with everything. And the other one was because I was talking to somebody I knew from Natasha's chat, and apparently that means I'm conspiring and fraternizing with the enemy, which is kind of silly because I don't really see anybody as an enemy per se, especially subs. I don't know a lot of subs. I don't know many people. So for me to talk about subs like that would be very inappropriate. But I do know people from over there. It's just the truth. I know a lot of you from over there. A lot of people have come over, not to I'm going to say it, to this side. I hate saying it. Thank you, dear terms of service. I appreciate that. That's what I really wanted to do. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. Like I started not to feel comfortable for my own sake, elsewhere. And I kind of just wanted to do my own thing. And I was going to start a channel I mean, I've had this channel since 2011, but, I was just uploading crappy concert footage and stuff. So, it wasn't really for anything in particular. And I was going to do I was going to wait for the documentary that, I'm featured in to come out. But then I kind of decided first of all, I wanted to tell my story before it was told publicly. But then I was like, you know what? I want to do my own thing. And I can't be the only one who feels that way. And I said to myself, if people feel that, if people feel what I'm doing and maybe they feel similarly, not exactly the same, they'll come to this chat. And people have. And I don't have to be everyone's friend. Exactly. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. I think I know where you're going with this, Kelly. And yep. Yeah, I'll be open about that too. I don't agree. I don't agree with how that was handled. And I don't really want to, the reason I don't want to talk about it, is because I always err on the side of caution when it comes to, situations like that. And I think people know what I mean. I agree with you. I agree with you. I wasn't there for that, but I have heard about it from people who I trust. So I agree with you, Kellyanne. I do. I'm just not going to go into I was going to talk about how I felt about that, but I'm going to hesitate. I'm going to hold that. Just because I always err on the side of caution. It's something I've been through. I don't want to talk about that, but we can talk about the second part there. That was really strange. I didn't see it myself, but there are people that I know did, who I I would trust with anything. Um, but no, I agree, and it would bother me too. It does bother me. It bothers me too. That's yeah, right, right. That's exactly it. I like that, Michelle. Like I try to be I actually, Michelle, I was trying to put my finger on where I do remember where I've seen you before. But I have no issue with I didn't have any issues with any of that at all. I was kind of confused as to why, but that's neither here nor there. But I was trying to put my finger on where, and I was like, I know I've seen you somewhere. Um, I know I have, but it was like driving me nuts. Um, I think you emailed me about it though, too. So I, I don't know why it didn't click in my head. But yeah, I appreciate that you're here. I do. Appreciate that there's people of all sorts that feel comfortable. I mean, clearly, like, I know that a lot of people scoff at other numbers now. But for me in particular, the fact that I get 300 views on my lives is amazing to me. That's unreal. That's awesome. I never thought I'd get, 100 views on anything. So I'm like, I'm blown away by that. So clearly somebody's listening to me, and I don't know if it's hate watching. I don't know. I don't think it is. I don't think it is, because usually I get pretty positive. No, 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 no. You're not going to make me feel uneasy here. No, no, no. Right. No, okay. All right. I know what you're saying. Okay, okay. I think I mistook what I mean, because guys, like, actually that plays into my point perfectly. That's happened many times. So the fact that I was thinking of a completely different time is, a thing of its own. Um, but I agree. I agree. And that's the hypocrisy that I'm seeing. Like, let's take out all of the names. Let's take out what anybody has done to, quote unquote deserve something, all right? Let's take all of that out. Let's just look at behaviors. The fact of the matter is that this behavior was acceptable for one person but not for another. End of story. End of story. It doesn't matter. We don't need to bring factors in like that. It's the same behavior. And just for me personally, like, just because somebody does something to me doesn't, I won't go back at you like that. I won't. I just won't do it. But if I did, I open myself up. I would want people to call me. Go ahead, call me out if I'm doing something that's hypocritical. And people do. I have been. And I've actually, like I said 1,000 times, because apparently it's not okay for me to do this, but somebody did point out something that I was doing to Natasha that was hypocritical, and I took the video down. Because I'm not above doing things like that, and I'm not, sticking to my guns and what I have morally doesn't mean just sticking to one narrative and digging in my heels and running with it. Like, I'm not going to change my opinion. Like, I'm standing still. I'm not digging in my heels, but I'm standing still on it. But I don't know. I don't even feel like I need to justify this. I don't feel like I want to justify it because I shouldn't have to. But I get what you mean. I get what you mean, and that. Kelly, that's no, I'm glad that you beat whichever form of that you had. That's awesome, and I'm glad you're here. Hold on, I can't read. Yeah, right, right. No, Renee, I feel that. I feel that. I just don't like people lying. I don't like liars, guys. I don't like liars. I don't like manipulators. I don't like sneaky people. I don't like people that are nice to your face and then behind your back talk more crap than, anybody else. Like, if you have a problem with me, say it to my face. Say it to my face. I can handle it. I don't bite. I probably won't even come at you. That's just not who I am. But don't think I don't know what's said, because I do. I probably don't even know everything, but I know enough. But I let it go because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I pick my battles. I know when to keep my mouth shut. And this is an instance that I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. And I'm tired of being like kind of intimidated into doing so. And I'm actually impressed because, I'm not getting quite the response I thought I was going to get today. I'm also not being as direct as I want to be today, but I think that's okay. I don't think I have to be, because I don't want to put any of you guys in a weird situation either, I don't want any of you to feel like uncomfortable in my chat at all. And, maybe but I also don't want to, be untrue to what I value and what my morals are. And I shouldn't have to. I'm not going to change them for anybody, and I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to defend the fact that I'm a nice person. That's weird. Um, yeah, right, right. It's a good gesture. I agree. I agree. But being manipulated and lied to doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. And people need to understand that. They need to understand that when they do things like that, then people are hurt. And, they might have not been lied to directly, but when it's a lie, you can't like unsee that. And people remember. I mean, not always, sometimes people choose to turn a blind eye, but not always. A lot of the time people keep that in the back of their mind. And, it sucks because a lot of the time people feel really connected with creators. They're in their chats and they get to know each other and they feel like connected, or they have a connection with that person, and then they just that's like a betrayal. Like, I don't like liars. I just don't, and I'm a terrible liar. If I have lied, have I lied in my lifetime? Oh yeah, sure. Especially when I was younger. Yep. But I'm terrible at it. And, if I'm racked with guilt. Guilt is something that drives me very, very much. And I will probably be the first one to be like, you know what? I lied. I'll like come to you 5 minutes later. I lied about that. But, I try not to do that at all anymore. I don't need to. I don't need to. So, right, right. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes it becomes so much of a habit, um, that you truly start to believe that nothing you do is wrong. And I also just wish people would take accountability for what they've done. Everybody does a lot of finger pointing back and forth. And, why can't we just be open with what we've done? I don't understand why that's so hard. I don't understand it. Well, if you hadn't done that to me, then I wouldn't have done that to you, and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. What are we accomplishing, guys? We're not accomplishing anything. What we're accomplishing is, just creating like this chaos and stuff. Like, if people really want peace, like, just do your own thing. Like, if you want to comment on somebody else, comment on somebody else. But the problem is that what grows your channel and what gets you subs is the extreme drama. And once you start growing your subs and stuff, like, people don't want to stop doing that. And unfortunately, that's how this cycle kind of perpetuates over and over and over again. And then for some reason, people want to poke fun at the fact that my channel doesn't grow quite like that. So, but that's okay with me. That's okay with me. People will come. I know what I'm doing. I know that I'm a good person, and I know that I have a lot of really awesome stuff to offer that, I'm going to be offering. And, I hope everybody's here for it. Ultimately, it is wearing subs down, right? It's like a tire, it's round and round and round and round and round and round and round, and it's like wearing out really badly. And the car's not driving correctly. Like, I'm all about analogies. Like, the car, it needs to be changed. Yeah, right. Kellyanne, I absolutely agree with you. That is something very serious to lie about. And I think that that's what's happening. A lot of the stuff that's happening is really close to people on here. So, for an example, because I'm gonna use these as examples, because if me talking like this weeds out people that don't only want to come here for negativity, then you know what, so be it. But Natasha was saying something today that there are probably a lot of subscribers that are overweight, and take offense to that as well, because you're not just you're just making you know what I mean, guys. Like, if you make fun of Natasha for being overweight, you're kind of putting that on like anybody who is, and I feel that way. Or like when you're talking about certain situations, and like I just there are a lot of people, you don't know who's behind these screen names. I don't know, you don't know somebody's history, and you don't know who you're alienating, and maybe that doesn't matter to some people, but right, Liberty Farmer, I've been trying to figure that out. I'm just like, I don't even I give up, like, with that. I'm not even gonna I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like, and a lot of the time it just gets so confusing that you're like, and I think maybe she counts on that. Right, Rody gal. Like I used to be really, really tiny. I mean, I'm not overweight now, but I used to be much smaller. I used to, and there are a lot of reasons that I mean, the steroids, the prednisone, I have to take it every once in a while for my spine injury and go through cycles of that, and that's definitely going to pack on pounds. And then hold on, guys, I got to mute really quickly. All right, unmuting. I might have to mute again in a minute. Chicory's in here, um, hiding under the bed, and he like brings plastic, and he'll chew on the plastic, and it's horribly annoying. Um, right? Yeah, I don't think anybody should be shamed for their body. That's that's and people can try and be strong about that all they want and say it doesn't bother them. People can say that all they want. But when push comes to shove, guys, that's one thing that's gonna get under people's skin. And I don't want to perpetuate that. I just don't. I don't because I think to myself, how would I feel if somebody called me fat? I probably wouldn't like it. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't like that at all. Um, do I take things to heart really? Not so much, but I wouldn't like it, and I don't want to do that. When there's so many other things to talk about. Yeah, Chicory is somewhere. I don't know where he went. I call him Chunky. That's my new name for him. Yeah, nobody should be calling anybody out about their weight. Nobody. It doesn't matter. Like everybody here, you don't know what people are struggling with. You don't want to add insults on top of that with anybody. Well, she has called creators ugly. Yeah, she absolutely has. She absolutely has. Yep. Hold on, I gotta mute real quick, guys. Okay, we catnip to get him out from under the bed. Right, right. Well, she doesn't have clean hands with pretty much anything, as far as I'm concerned. Um, but that's the thing. Neither does a lot of other people either at this point. So why can't we all just state what we've done? Why do we have to point fingers at people? Why can't we just say, yeah, I was part of my language, but it's almost 10 o'clock. Why can't people just say, I'm yes, I was a piece of shit and said things I really shouldn't have, and I was mean, and maybe you're not sorry. You don't even have to apologize. Just acknowledge what you did at all. What the heck? Oh my god, why does it sound like there's a child outside my house? Okay. That's weird. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Oh, though, guys, I'm gonna be. This might be. I think her eyeshadow has gotten real nice. I'm not gonna lie. Like she's got a really nice eyeliner, the straight line over there. And sometimes her lipstick is popping. Like I've definitely seen an improvement in her eye makeup. So I'm not. I give credit where credit is due. I wish I could do my line like that. Uh, if I'm honest. And she does like the lip liner. She has like I can't. I'm not gonna criticize that. If other people want to, fine. But I'm impressed with how straight she can do the line. Right. Exactly. Like just take responsibility for what you've done at all. Like you don't even have to apologize. Maybe you're not sorry. She doesn't have to be sorry. Like nobody's asking her to. I mean, I would love it if people were sorry, but just stop pointing the finger back and forth, guys. Like everyone's tired of it. Everyone is tired of it. It's not always somebody else's fault. If somebody, did something to me and it was somebody, from Natasha's camp that did it, like, yeah, I opened myself up to that. Sure. I did. I did. So I'd be like, yeah, I might not be sorry, but yeah, I did it. I did. I made a video that made fun of Natasha's weight, and I am sorry for that. But I'm going to own it. Why not? You do it. If you do it, then hey, Blues girl, good to see you. Like if you do something, just own it. Ultimately, I feel like that's the right thing to do. Like you don't even have to be sorry. Like I do happen to be sorry about that video, but like there are other videos where I have pointed out narcissistic behavior or, what I believe, and I think a lot of people believe is like scamming. And I know other people disagree, but I'm not going to say I've never done that. I'm not going to say that. You know what I mean, guys? I think you guys know what I mean. I just I want to do better on all fronts. I would love it if other people did better. That would be great too. But I can sometimes unfortunately, I guess I can only control my actions, and how I run my chat. And yeah, nobody should have to deal with that at all. I'm sorry, Abby. That's not cool. That's not cool. Um, Not cool. Yes, I agree. I agree. Um, I agree. I said some things about people I didn't even know. I absolutely did. And I've apologized to those people because how am I going to talk on somebody that I don't know? And it went beyond just commenting on things. It was just mean jabs that I shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have said it. You know what, Renee? Thank you for saying that. I'm going to highlight that. Well, good for her though. Right. Like, it's all about, I'm going to be honest. Like a lot of people who say that they're confident, they're not. Behind a lot of that's a front. And I'm fairly confident that if there's one thing that gets under her skin, it's that. It's that. And I don't really want to get under anyone's skin. I just want people to stop their behavior. That's all I want. That's all I want in this world, guys. That's what I want for YouTube. I am going to move on in a different direction. I've got a couple things I want to do on here, and I intend to do those things. But, this is where I hang out. This is the community I hang out in, and I saw a lot of problems in it, and I wanted to talk about it because I enjoy being here too. I am also part of this community. I'm a creator, but I'm also part of this larger community. Yeah, nobody should be calling you an old hag, Abby. That is really inappropriate. Really inappropriate. Nobody should be calling anybody anything. Come on. Yeah, I didn't like that either. Calling people, part of my language a stupid, ugly bitch. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think I would ever call somebody a stupid, ugly bitch. I certainly call people a bitch sometimes. I certainly say I don't like people, but I would never. I don't go for that. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, right, Abby, and that's what that's. Hey, hashtag shy. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. It took me a really long time to be comfortable in my own skin, and I'm still not all the time. There are times honestly, one of the reasons, I'm also very shy. So, like I said, I'm getting used to talking without seeing myself in the camera. So that is one of them. But I did cut my hair a little too short in November, and like really short. Like I grew it out for my sister's wedding, but I had it dyed. Hold on a second, guys. I have to mute. Okay, I am back. Sorry. Just had to know it's okay. You don't have to say you're sorry. It's fine. Sorry. I have to, say goodnight to people. It's rude of me not to. Let's see. I'm trying to read, but I missed when I was not looking at that. Yeah, if people can't recognize their poor behavior, how are you going to change it? Like, not everything is always somebody else's fault. And I hate the blame shifting and the deflecting. And, I'm not just talking about Natasha. I'm going to make that very clear. I'm not. There are other creators in this community who do it too. And for reasons that I was going to come on here like guns a-blazing, but I chose not to because just because not in time and place, but I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. I don't think I have to say it. There's a couple camps going on that I have no idea why people can't just say yes and own it. Own your behaviors. Own them, please. It's good, we can't, change things if we don't admit that we've done them. Yeah, right. No, I know. I feel the same way. And I have to reiterate, just because I feel like there are problematic behaviors elsewhere, it doesn't mean that I don't like that person or that I mean, it can mean that there are some people I don't like. That's I'm sorry that I think that's the case, but not everybody. Um, I know that I think Natasha's live right now. I'm not sure if anyone else. I always notice that, because people want to go watch her, and that's okay. That's okay. Oh boy. I just get these I get weird notifications. I get notifications from channels that I never watch. It's weird. Um, yeah, it could be egos. It could be. It could be. I also can say from like experience with some things that sometimes people get really caught up and they become somebody who is not the person that I knew a couple months ago. And I'm just going to leave it there. Um, I think the behaviors, I don't know if it's a combination, like a perfect storm of everything coming together. But it is a phenomenon. People do get really caught up in things, and it wasn't the same vibe that I got. And I wasn't feeling it anymore. I couldn't co-sign it, and I'm not gonna like come out here and bash somebody about that. I don't need to announce my departure. Like, who cares? If I don't like if I don't like what's going on, then I'm just not gonna be there. And I don't think anybody really misses me. I don't think. So yeah, apparently unblocking people is really a pain in the butt, but I don't really block people except for bots. So, I mean, I think I've gotten a lot of that off my chest. I feel better now. I do. I was riled up, earlier, especially because somebody accused me of being a bully. Come on, get out of here. No, because I said that there's problematic behavior in somebody else's, channel going on right now. No. That doesn't make me a bad person. That doesn't make me the enemy. That just means that I see problematic behaviors going on their channel. Sorry. Like, yeah, they can come join the hive if they miss me. I welcome everybody, honestly. Is everybody always going to like each other? Probably not. I know they don't, but I welcome anybody and everybody. As long as you're respectful, and we can have a conversation. Yes. #shy. Yes. Yep. That is absolutely true. And some creators feel like the chat really wants something from them, and they want to give people what they want, because these are the people that are their subs. And I hate saying it like this. Bring them in money. So they continue on with what people want, even if it's out of character for them and not necessarily something they do normally. And it gets out of control. And then they don't know how to stop. And I think that happens often. You'll stay a blocked bitch. Right. I think a lot of people are influenced by their chat because I'm like, yeah, agree in capital letters. I'm also kind of not guilty of it because I don't think what I do is wrong. I read the room. There are times that I'm going to come in here and talk about something, and if people want to go a different direction, I'll give people what they want. It's called supply and demand, but it's to an extent. It's to an extent. Like, I'm not monetized, so I'm not getting in super chats for this. I'm not getting in, but I can see if you're getting an income from that and that's what gets you those super chats. I can see how that becomes a pattern very easily to continue to do the behaviors that get you those super chats. Because sometimes, there's nothing wrong with being monetized or getting super chats either. I think that happens really often. And even though like it's something that person doesn't necessarily want to do and isn't in their character, they end up doing it to keep people around. Because money talks. Unfortunately, we all need it. I guess, I mean, I'm not jealous of anybody for it, but everybody needs it, especially those of us with children, and people are struggling, and some people just are really just scraping by. So I get it. And I'm glad that you like that, Amanda. I value that. I value your opinion. And I'm glad that you appreciate it. I wasn't sure people were going to appreciate it. I actually thought this was going to go a lot worse. I also didn't come on here quite in the fashion I was considering it. But yeah, let's see, the mob mentality. Yes, 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 yes. And it is where a lot of the creator bashing starts. Yes, right. You know, you're spot on. Hashtag shy. Absolutely, you are spot on, because that is exactly what happens. People read the room. You know, people come in and they have some strong opinion, and they come in right away, starting saying, you know, did you hear that so and so did this? And you know, and then everybody starts agreeing, and everybody starts, you know, jumping in. Oh yeah, I saw that. This person did this. Blah blah blah. And then you know, the person thinks they have to speak on it, and then it gets out of control. Because I could see myself doing that if I didn't know better, not know better, but have that consciously in the back of my head to not do. Because I do. I read the room. I see what you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. That's the point of lives, to get to know people and talk about what they want. But that's the problem when people are jumping into your chat, you know, with the latest gossip and, you know, this person did this and that person did that. Right. It's going to get out of control really quickly, because then everybody joins in and then everybody is talking about it. And then you have to comment on it. And then when you comment on, you know, it's a cycle. It's awful. But I can see how it happens. I can see how it happens. And that's the thing, guys. You know, I'm not going to, like, you know, say any names or nothing like that right now, but you know, a lot of the time the people I see that in are people that, you know, I am fairly confident don't want to behave that's not who they are. It's who they've kind of become, but it's not who they are. Not in my experience anyway. So I actually think you're spot on as to how that. I'm actually glad you said that, because you put that better than I think I could have. I didn't quite think of it to put it that way, but you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Natasha's a different story. I think that she's perfectly fine doing that all on her own. I think she's a little bit of a different story. I don't even think she always looks at the chat, to be honest with you. But others definitely do. You can tell. I definitely do. Right. And I want to redirect my chat. You know, do I know what I'm doing on here? No, I don't know what I'm doing on here. I've never done this before. I had a platform on Instagram, but it was like anytime I would do anything live, it was just concert footage, like, you know, streaming songs or something that I had permission to do. It wasn't me interacting with like a chat and talking about whatever comes to my mind, if that makes sense. So, you know, am I going to make mistakes? Am I going to do things wrong? Probably. But you know, I learned from that. Like, I literally have no idea what I'm doing. I was like, you know, oh, I'm not going to do that. I don't think I'm going to be able to hold an audience. But then I was thinking, you know, I'm like, I see all these people having like a following and being able to get their message across and their voice heard. And I'm like, why not me? Why couldn't I do it? And I'm glad I did. Because, you know, the fact that, what was it, like 450 people, you know, subscribe to me. That's amazing. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, guys, hit that subscribe button. I'm still trying to get to that 500. I know people laugh at me about it. I know, but you know, to me, I've only been on here a little over a month, guys, and so for me, that's awesome. But I would love a community post, community tab rather. You encouraged me, Rody Gal. You were the first person. I'm like, should I post that video? And you're like, go for it. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And I'm glad I did too, especially with the lives. I wasn't going to, guys. I absolutely wasn't going to. But I'm going to continue to do, I'm going to comment, because like I said, guys, the reason I talk about these things is because I am part of this community. You know, I hang out here too. Like, you know, it's like, I go here. This is my people. So I am going to comment on what's going on here. But you know, I hope to get people from other communities in here eventually. You know, a few in particular. And I hope maybe we can all find things in common, but I'm not always going to just talk. I'm always going to do a little bit of talking on this, but I think like I have other things I want to do as well. So, you know, I think that, you know, there's some fun things. I actually had some really awesome things, but because of all the drama going on, I'm putting a few things on hold until it dies down for reasons. We are good people. That's the thing. Like, we're not enemies. Like, a lot of us are really great people. A lot of people I don't know well enough, but I give them the benefit of the doubt always. I see some people engaging in some behavior that I think that they really need to take a look at why they're doing that and maybe reconsider, because their behavior is inappropriate. I'm just going to come out and say it. You know, and everybody's an adult, so I would hope that they could see that, but that people don't, or they think that it's okay to behave that way, and you know what? That's if that's their choice, that's their choice. But and there are some subs that I think are way too involved, and that can't be healthy. That can't be healthy. Um, log off for a little bit. I don't know, go outside, take a walk. I enjoy taking walks. That's what I do. Although then I oftentimes have turned on YouTube because now that I have premium, I can turn my phone off and still be able to listen to YouTube. So that was like a blessing and a curse at the same time. Um, but yeah, I think that we're all, especially in here, we're all chill. And if people are listening, because I know that they are, and if you want to come in here and you wanna chat, I'd love to have you. I'd love to have you. You don't have to even agree with everything that I say. I'm down with that. We don't all need to agree all the time. And I would love to see. I see new faces every time that I come on here. There's another new face. And I like that. I like that a lot. So don't be shy. We don't bite here. We don't bite here. Not on my watch. I won't. Or we don't sting. Yes, yes. There we go. We don't sting here. No. We don't sting. We just gather honey or something like that. Sorry, I'm getting a little delusional here. I'm tired, so I am probably gonna get off here. I decided to. Well, I didn't have. I don't know how I never have food in the house. It's bad. But why does it sound like there's a child outside my house? What is that? Oh my god, I'm creeped out right now. But I had a gift card, so I had like a DoorDash gift card. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get Chili's. So I got Chili's, and I'm excited to eat it because sometimes you just need chips and salsa. Oh my god, what is that noise? Is that somebody's music? Oh no, it's too cold for driveway parties. No. I live in the city, guys. So my neighbors are less than 6 feet away from my window. And they're quite loud. Oh my god. What the hell? I'm sure you guys can hear it. What the heck? I hate it. I hate it. I thought I didn't want to live in like a rural area, but here I am. Here I am. You don't I speak for myself, you don't like chips and salsa, Kellyanne? I love chips and salsa. Their chips are perfect. Yes. Yes. And my food's gonna be cold, I know that. That's okay. I got a salad, so no, my dogs are crated, and once that's actually something that they're very, very good about. You say crate time, they go to their crate and they're quiet, always. Or else there's a potty emergency in the middle of the night, but we don't really have those anymore. More when they were puppies, more so Molly. But no, they I think it was Traveler that ate the couch. I'm not happy with him. Because Molly would have been she still would have been gagging and puking. Yeah. Yeah, my ears, I'm very sensitive to noise and sounds. And once I fixate on a sound, I can't unhear it. And it drives me up a wall. The basement isn't it's not soundproofed. It's not and my room is right over where the television down there is. So if the headphones are not being used, the sound rises, and I hate it. And I'm the big bad, the big bad wolf. I'm the bad one for, even saying anything about it. Apparently it's unreasonable to not sound like that, but I wish that Liberty Farmer. I wish. And I almost didn't it's loud here. It's loud here. It's loud. but it's well, I don't know if it's a nice neighborhood, but it's not too bad. I'm right on the cusp of a really good neighborhood. I'm on the street where it turns into not so nice, but whatever. It's a cozy house. It's like a ranch style. The basement is kind of finished, but not really. But it's a 1-story. Yeah, I really appreciate your sharing your perspective too, because you had some really good ways of putting it, and you're absolutely correct. How you put it makes perfect sense. Yeah, I hope to see you here too, because you have good insight. That's what I like about it, because a lot of you guys say things better than I ever could, or could in that moment. But you're spot on. You're spot on. Because I give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, there are creators on here that I actually, did used to speak to, fairly frequently, and this is not who I knew then. And I think you're spot on as to why that is. And I just want people to get a grip. Like, get a grip, guys. Like, it's YouTube. It's not that serious. We don't need to go real life. We don't need to make anybody feel uncomfortable or threatened. We don't need to do that, guys. We don't. We don't. And I mean, nobody's really. There's no reason for it. Sorry, I'm yawning. Okay. Yeah, everybody brought their best to the table tonight. Absolutely. And I was not expecting it. I was not expecting that. I was expecting a few people actually to come in here and kind of try to start stuff, but they didn't. So thank you to those people. I think it's also because there are other people that are live right now. So, like, in our community. So I think that has something to do. There are several people live right now. I think that has something to do with it. But that's okay. I'm grateful for that, because if people watch on the replay, they want to leave a comment and share their opinion. Totally fine. Totally fine. Because I can actually, like, think about what I'm going to say. But yes, welcome to the Hive. That's what we're sticking with, this branding of the bees, which is hilarious because I'm actually allergic to bees and terrified of them. But yeah, we are very calm. We're chill here. Like, I can get a little rocky. Sometimes stuff in the chat gets a little rocky, but nothing like you're going to see nothing like we're seeing elsewhere. Let me tell you. No, not on my watch. That's what I don't want for here. And even people that cause problems elsewhere, tend not to cause problems here. I don't know what it is. And I appreciate that very, very much, because we are all capable of being respectful adults. Yes, we are. And you're welcome, Michelle. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it very much. But yeah, we are all respectful adults, and we're all capable of it. Like, there are people here who I know troll, but when they come in here, they are respectful, and I think that's awesome, because you're showing your cards. You're showing me, like, you're not going to be able to say that that's just what you do, because you don't do it here. And I like that. I like to think I bring out the best in people sometimes, but so do you guys. So yeah, if somebody has an issue with somebody, please communicate. Communication is key, guys. I also don't feel that anybody should be felt like that, if they need to say something if they're, if you're not comfortable with the situation. Like, there's no pressure to announce your departure. You can just leave. It's very easy. You can just click out of it. You don't need to stay there. However, if you have a personal issue, I always encourage people to kind of, be direct. Send an email. You don't need to do it publicly either. Like, if somebody pisses me off, or else it's like something really bad, in which case, I'll reevaluate. I don't know. Oh my God, I'm yawning like crazy. Sorry, guys. I am tired. I didn't sleep very well last night. And I had the most bizarre dream last night, guys. So I went to bed, and I woke up a few hours later, and I checked on YouTube, and, I was like, okay. So I kind of stuck around for a little bit. And when I went back to bed, I had the weirdest dream that Dorothy came to visit me. And it was like, it was really strange. I woke up, I'm like, what is going on? What? It's a problem when YouTube kind of like comes into your mind. I had a dream with Natasha in it too. And she was like, everything was underwater, and like, I feel bad saying this, guys. So I really don't want people. All right, I'm sorry. I'm going to own this right now. This was my dream. This is my subconscious. I can't help it. She was kind of like Ursula, and she was in like this underwater cave, and people had to bring her gifts in this like long tunnel, and I was terrified of getting stuck in it. It was so weird. Like, and this is when I like supported her. I was like, why is my brain doing this? I need to turn YouTube off for a little bit. This is not okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. But it was, everybody had to bring her gifts. Hey, Tick Turtle Gum. I'm just about to get off here though, because I'm yawning like crazy. I need to go eat and I need to go to bed, but as always, I will be on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, right? Is tomorrow Wednesday? If tomorrow's Wednesday, or is today Wednesday? What day is it? It's Tuesday. Okay. So tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm generally very available on Wednesday, so I might be in the morning, depending on what time I get up. Yeah, isn't it saying something, Michelle? Like that's my subconscious talking. It was really, and it was like this long tunnel too, and like I'm terrified of confined spaces. Like I hate it. Um, yeah, son of a bee. There you go. I like that pun. Oh my god, I just like almost knocked over everything on my desk. Um, but yeah, and I was like terrified of getting stuck in it, but everybody had to bring gifts. And she was like at the end of this long, dark tunnel as like an octopus. Like it was really weird. Oh god. Okay. That's enough. That's enough YouTube for today. Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday, so I might be on in the morning. I'm not sure. But I'll definitely be on at night. Usually my time is 9:30. And I hope to see a lot of you guys here. Hopefully nothing too awful happens tonight. Yeah, I was. Depending on, like I said, I tried. I think I spoke my truth, for the most part today. There was a reason why I didn't go about it a particular way. And maybe I should have, but I didn't. I chose not to, and I'm actually, I'm glad I didn't. I think it just shows that it proves my point. I'm not the bad guy here. But I appreciate everybody being here. And I hope people take that to heart though, guys. Like just because you see somebody in a chat, it doesn't mean that they support everything that they say. It doesn't mean that, they agree with everything. It doesn't mean that. Like and people need to quit it with these screenshots and stuff. Like, if you're going to share them privately, I mean, I don't know, man. Like people are going to do what they're going to do. I think people have been doing it for ages and I think it's part of the game. But I don't like it. Because I don't think it's helpful. I think that a lot of the time it creates people feeling attacked. Even if I don't know. I don't know, guys. I think what I'm trying to say is like YouTube isn't that serious. So, if you can't support me and you need to unsubscribe because I was speaking to somebody who frequents Natasha's chat, like there's something wrong with that. And I'm sorry you feel that way, but it is what it is. I'm not going to change that. I was in Natasha's community. I'm friends with people from there. I'm friendly with them. Like just because they're still there doesn't mean I'm not friendly with them, especially when a lot of them have done nothing wrong. Like it's not a crime to support Natasha Cooper. You can't, especially when, we're behaving like this. If we're behaving like this, I mean, do you blame people for, not seeing us as anything different? I don't blame them. I mean, if I was looking at things back then, that was a different story. Back then was a different story, like maybe a month or so ago. But now, I would just be like, wow, like it's the same. Like it's very similar. And that's just my opinion. But I just think things have gotten out of control. I think #Stry had a really great point about that. I think a lot of it is just a cycle that goes on, influenced by what people want to talk about. And it's really easy for people to not be true to themselves on here and to do things that I don't think they would normally do. Because once you start getting those subs in and you're getting that money in, I mean, it's like it's almost intoxicating. I mean, I did it on Instagram, but I'm not monetized. I mean, if I get monetized, that's great. I would, that would be cool. Just because of my own financial situation right now. I'm also a full-time struggling grad student at this point, but it's all good. I mean, I understand that, especially if somebody's going to use it as like a form of income. We're all struggling right now and people are trying to make money any way they can. And I don't hold that against anybody. I can't. I'm not here to make money. I want to be clear about that. But, I also think that, and I've been open about that too. I think that like, tipping, it's almost like tipping somebody or paying for a movie ticket to come in here and super chat somebody. I think that's an okay practice. I don't have an issue with that. Because you're providing entertainment. So generally you have to pay for things like that. And oh my God, am I bleeding? Oh no. I have it's wintertime. I have really dry skin on my elbows. It's itchy. I'm sorry. Yeah, grad school is no joke, right? Like, and I was trying to work on top of that. And, I don't know. I think like losing my job was a blessing and a curse. I certainly it was definitely a curse financially. But, trying to juggle all of that was, and having a family and all that was really hard. So, I'm kind of relieved, but uh, kind of not. It just brings another kind of stress. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Once I'm done with grad school, it's going to open a lot of doors. So, I'm in like an accelerated program. So, I technically, if I go during the summer, I can graduate not this coming May, but the next one. That's if I take classes this summer, which I'm kind of considering not doing, but we'll see. Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with being monetized. I mean, it's probably going to be a long time for me, but that's okay. And I am going to go to bed. I am very tired. So thank you all for joining me today. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing and great and just wonderful people. And I will be back tomorrow. So thank you for joining us. And yeah, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, guys. I want that community tab. So it's a good thing. It's a goal. Got to meet those goals. And yeah, hit that thumbs up because it's easy, it's free, and it's really easy to do. So exactly. So yes, have a great night, guys. I'm gonna go eat my chilies, my chips and salsa, because they're good. Everybody who doesn't like chips and salsa? Maybe apparently some people don't, but I really like chips and salsa and guacamole. And guacamole. Guacamole was an acquired taste. But all right, guys. Yeah, behave, everybody. Stay safe on those YouTube streets. Try and not take it so seriously. All right. Don't take it so seriously and don't do anything I wouldn't do. So, well, most people probably will, but don't do anything I wouldn't do. Behave. Exactly. With the, emphasis on the be part. All right, guys. Have a great night.